Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk to you about the basics. Let's go back to the basics and just start with Stampin' Up! Stamps. Stampin' Up! Has 3 basic kinds of stamps that they offer, and they can get a little confusing if you don't quite know exactly what they are, especially the one in the middle here. So I'm going to talk about that. First off, most people are associated and know about wood mount stamps. That's your basic red rubber stamp mounted on a wood block, such as this stamp right here. It's got the image on this side, and then you mount the rubber on the other side. The way that these come is the wood blocks are separate, and there's a sheet of rubber, and I think you used to have to cut out your own rubber. This one's really old. I got it at a yard sale. But right now I think that they do come perforated, and you just pop it right out of the rubber sheet, and then you peel off the sticky back part and you stick it right on your wood block. Now these are really easy to use, and the only thing that you really have to worry about is if you have an image that is not straight, like this one's really obvious where you're going to put it on the back, right? It's flat like this. This goes this way. If you have a flower or a leaf, you want to make sure that your image on the back looks the same as on the front. This one does not. See, this one has the acorn dripping straight down. This leaf down here is going straight down, and this stem is going off to the diagonal. Now when I turn it around, somebody else has adhered this to the back of the stamp, and the stem's going off to the side, and the acorn, if you can see it, is going kind of this way, and this leaf is not straight down. So when you stamp this, you're gonna be surprised every time you stamp it going, oh, I thought that was facing the other way. So if you're fussy like me, kind of anal, I want it to look exactly the same as the front on the back. So you gotta kind of turn that and make sure that you're adhering that right if you want to go for the wood mount ones. These are the most expensive in the catalog because they come with wood that's a little bit more costly. It will come in a nice case, and it's a little bit thicker than the other cases of the other types of stamps that are offered by Stampin' Up! The next type of stamp is one that I don't own yet, but I will talk about. It is called the clear mount stamp. It is red rubber, just like these wood mount stamps. It says clear mount, that is the name of it. It is not clear like the photopolymer stamps. It is a clear mount. So it is still the red rubber, and if you can see, there's rubber and then there's kind of a foam material. That is what the clear mount stamps are. And you still have the red rubber sheet, and you pop those out, and then they give you stickers, and you just stick the sticker onto the foam part, and then you adhere each of those things to a clear acrylic block, and then that clear acrylic block is just like this wood piece, but you're reusing it for all of your stamps. So it takes up less room on your shelf, and they're just thinner cases, just like regular DVD cases. And the only thing with the clear mount ones is a little confusing with the name, so you got to make sure that you're knowing that it's still rubber. You won't be able to see through the stamp because it will be red, but the backing, the squishy foam part here, sticks really well to your clear acrylic block, kind of like this. But once you stick the sticker on it, so that you can see the sticker on this side, it's like this sticker, only it's stuck right onto the foam part. It doesn't stick to the block very well, but there is a trick that you can do. You take your Tombow liquid glue, and you just kind of goop it all over the sticker part and let it dry. And then it will be a little bit tacky, but it won't leave any residue on your block, and you can reuse that and it'll just stay sticky. So that's the trick to those. So that's just a little bit different. It's a little bit cheaper to get them clear mount rather than the wood blocks. And then the third kind of stamp is the photopolymer. These are completely clear. A lot of the stamps are going this way. And I do have an example of these too. They come on a backing sheet. First off, they come in a nice CD or a DVD type case, and it has all of the images right on the spine here. I'm assuming that the other kinds will do this as well. And it has the name of the stamp set right on there, so when you have those all on your shelf, you can see exactly what you're looking for. And it comes with a thicker plastic sheet that has your images stamped right on there. And then the clear stamps will just peel right off of that. So there's a front sheet here that's a little bit thinner, and then they kind of stick to the backing sheet that has the images on it. And then you just peel it off and it will stick right to an acrylic block. Now let me talk about this block. This is not a Stampin' Up! Block. I don't have one yet. I will be ordering some in January. This is one that will do in a pinch. I bought this at a little dollar bin at a grocery store. The problem with this block that I have though is when I've got my image on my block, right? When I go to stamp it into the ink, even when I'm barely holding on to it, my fingers are past, I don't know if you can see that, they're past the block. So I'm dipping my fingers right in the ink if I'm not super careful, and then I've run the risk of dipping my inky fingers onto my project, which is no good. So I'm definitely going to be getting some clear acrylic blocks that have, the ones from Stampin' Up! Are thicker, they're taller, and they've got a little dip on the side so you can hold them. They've got a little handhold. It just works a lot better. But this one will do in a pinch if you're saving up for stamp sets and other things. Go cheaper, you know. Another thing about these stamps is you have to make sure that they keep clean. Oh, one thing I did want to mention with the photopolymer stamps, they do tend to stain a little bit, only if you stamp them in red. You see, I don't know if you can see that some of them are a little bit red, like this bow. They're still clean, they just kind of take on a little bit of the red color. Not a big deal. It doesn't bother me. But if you want to keep them clean after you do ink them, you do have to wash them in some kind of a stamping cleaner. I'll talk about the types of cleaner that you use with the different kinds of ink when I talk about the ink in another video. But for this one, I'm just going to talk about the process of how to clean your stamp. Stampin' Up! Does sell a Stampin' Scrub, which is like a little case that has some black fiber on both sides, and it's removable and washable, but you just spray your appropriate cleaner for the type of ink that you are using onto the black pad, and you just take your stamp and just kind of scrub it into the pad, which is wonderful. You can take it, it's good to go. You can spray it before you leave and just kind of rub all your stamps and they're all clean and ready to go for another color right away. Now, in a pinch, because I'm all about saving money too, if you're still saving up for that, which I'm going to be getting that because I think that sounds fantastic, but if you don't have it yet, like me, I'm waiting to sign up until January, or I don't have my order yet, I have lots of baby wipes around, so you can take baby wipes and just kind of wipe your image too. It does leave a little bit of kind of the bubbly moisture, so you're gonna have to wipe it dry again after you wipe it with this. But that will work in a pinch, and that seems to have been a pretty good temporary solution for me. Let's see. I think that was all I have to say about that. Oh, I did want to talk a little bit about the acrylic block sizes. If you take a look at this stamp set, there are a number of acrylic block sizes that you can get. You see there's some bigger images and some littler images, some long and skinny images, and each stamp set in the catalog and on the containers will show you the suggested block sizes that they recommend for this particular stamp set. So if you're wondering which block size to get, because they come in, let's see, 9 different sizes, you're going to want to check what it recommends. If you're looking at 5 different stamp sets that you really want to get, look at the one that is continuing through all of those. Most likely you'll want to start with the size D. I would think that is a 2 7/8 by 2 11/16. That's just a little bit larger than this little one that I have, and all of these stamps from this set anyway will fit on this. This actually would fit on a C, which is one size smaller than this. But I would definitely recommend the C and the D for sure if you're looking to get some blocks. But that's that, and I just wanted to say I'm having so much fun. So here's this video, the stamp video, and coming up real soon is I'll be talking about inks. All right, bye!